I made this 3D Iceland game in just 1 hour using Claude Opus 5. And honestly, this new model is on another level. It can generate an entire 3D game that feels surprisingly realistic. Normally, building a game like this would take a whole team of developer, artists, and designer, plus week or even month of work. But this one took me about an hour with a single detailed prompt. For inspiration, I used a game I found on Apple Store called Stuck on the Iceland. I took a screenshot, recorded a short clip of the demo, and asked the AI to analyze everything and generate the most detailed prompt possible. It gave me an incredibly detailed prompt, and from there, it built this. Just look at the water, the wave, the reflection, the atmosphere, and even the beach sound all come together real well. And the crazy part, everything you sing was created with code. No video generation, no pre-rendered scene, just AI generate code. And this video, I will show you exactly how I did it, what prompt I used, and the final result. Let's get into it.
Before we start building, let's quickly talk about Opus 5. Claude Opus 5 is Anthropic's newest Opus model, designed for more demanding tasks such as complex coding, deep reasoning, visual analysis, and longer projects that require the model to plan, build, test, and improve its own work. Compared with previous Opus model, Anthropic say it's better at staying focused across long, multi-step tasks instead of completing only part of a project and leaving unfinished placeholder. It can also analyze images, understand interface reference, work across multiple files, and review it on its own output. That combination is especially interesting for game development. A small 3D game is not just one web page. Claude has to think about the environment, lighting, camera, control, collision, animation, game logic, user interface, performance, and how all of those systems work together. That is what we're going to test today. I have been seeing a lot of impressive 3D games created with Claude Opus 5 on X, so I want to try building something in my own style. Instead of starting with a random idea, I opened Apple Store and searched through different games until one caught my attention. The game was called Stuck on an Iceland. I really like the visual quality of the environment, especially the stylized Iceland, water rock, lighting, and overall atmosphere. So I decided to use this as a starting point for this experiment. So I took a screenshot and record a short portion of the game preview, then gave those reference to Claude and asked it to analyze the visual direction and recreate a similar level of quality while changing the environment, structure, and gameplay to make it original. For now, we're going to keep the project simple. We're not building a huge game with complex system. The goal is to create a small functional experience, test what Opus 5 can generate from visual reference, and see how close we can get to that polished 3D mobile game feeling.
Now I'm going to ask ChatGPT to generate a detailed prompt. You can also do this directly in Claude, but in my case, I want to save my Claude usage for larger tasks. Since Opus 5 use a lot of token when generating a game like this, I rather reserve Claude for the heavy lifting.
So I will provide a gameplay video, a few screenshots, and an X post showing the kind of 3D game quality I'm aiming for that I like. The goal is to copy the game. I want ChatGPT to analyze everything and write a comprehensive prompt that tells Claude exactly what to build from the environment, water, rock, lighting, and gameplay mechanic to the overall art direction. That way, Claude had a clear blueprint to recreate the same level of quality while helping me build something completely original in my own style. So let's prompt it, and ChatGPT will give me a detailed prompt as possible. All right. Okay. So I have the detailed prompt is really long with all the detail. It's a one-shot prompt. So in my prompt, it said create a complete, fully functional 3D browser game called Aerolit, the Singing Atoll. Do not create a design document, mockup, static scene, or partial prototype. Build the actual playable game from start to finish with walking movement, camera control, jumping, swimming, climbing, interaction, objective, progression, UI, sound hook, win condition, restore behavior, responsive control, and mobile performance optimization. The game may be inspired by the production quality of premium cinematic Iceland game and recent AI-generated 3D game demo, but it must not copy any existing game. Iceland layout, ship character, asset, landmark, UI, story, or gameplay sequence create a completely original environment and identity. Technology build the game has a polished browser experience using Three.js, TypeScript, Vite, WebGL, Rapier, or Canyon for physics. It's useful, etc. I'm not gonna read the whole prompt. So I'm going to copy the prompt and bring it to Claude. So I'm right here in Claude Code. So I open the new document. First of all, I'm going to add all the screenshot that I want, and I'm going to paste my prompt right here.
And for the model, I'm going to switch for Opus 5. And for the speed, let's keep to high. Okay, now let's run it and see what it gives us on the first try. At this point, I'm not expecting a perfect game right away. What I want to see first is the foundation. That is understand the Iceland style, the water, the rock, the camera, the movement, and the basic objective. Once we get the first version, we can review what worked, what felt too basic, and then improve it step by step if need. Since the game might take a while to generate, I'm not exactly sure how long this part will take. Claude may also ask for permission while it's working. You can choose allow once if you want to review each action, or always allow if you trust the process and don't want to approve the same type of action every time. If you're stepping away from your computer, you can also change the mode to auto, and Claude will try to make safe decision on its own. But even in auto mode, if Claude needs something important from you, it can still pause, ask a question, and wait for your response. So for now, let's see it run and see what's it built. So far, Claude has been running for more than an hour, and we're already at around 122k token. That's definitely a long generation. But it also makes sense because we asked for a full game, not just a simple web page. Right now, something's finally appeared in the preview window, which is a good sign. And I can even hear water sound effect in the background. So it looked like Claude is still building, installing, and checking the project, but the first real preview is starting to come together. At this point, I don't want to interrupt it. I will let it finish the install and type check. Then we will open the game and see what is actually created. I'm curious how many usage credit I have left. So while it's running, I can go check my usage. Right now, I'm currently at 87% after more than 1 hour, and it's still not finished. Hopefully it finish before I hit the limit. Otherwise, I have to wait for the next reset in 3 hours and 38 minutes. That's pretty long.
So maybe next time I just have to ask something very basic. It's the first try, so why not? Almost done. Oh my god, I'm going to reach my usage limit soon. I'm not gonna upgrade, so I'm just gonna wait. That's it. I hit my limit at 1 hour and a half, and now I'm back to continue the process. And finally, it's done. We can see the preview on the right. Before we look inside the game app, we can switch the responsive mode to different device like mobile or tablet to see in real time how it looks. Since it's a game, it should fit all devices. Okay, now I'm going to put in full screen so we can see the detail better. Let's watch the whole game app. Wow, look at this. My Iceland and water look so real, and there's even a water sound effect. Honestly, this is more than I expect. I thought the first prompt was going to give me something basic, but wow, even just the hero screen already looks pretty nice. Now let's try every button and see if everything's working. In this setting, we can adjust the volume, camera, graphic, water quality, and more. I really like the glass panel design, color, and how the background become blurred when the setting menu is open. All right, now let's begin the game. Okay, on load, my character is already standing on the island. The object decoration are not the best yet, but the water looks amazing. It looks so real and it's not even a video. It's all made with code, which is crazy. I don't really like my avatar yet because it doesn't look high quality, but anyway, it's not a big deal. I can improve the small detail later. For now, I'm fine with the result. Okay, let's try some interaction. So if I come next to this kind of diamond, it creates this effect. I'm not exactly sure what it does yet, but we can see the E key prompt explaining that we can interact with it. I also think there's a small direction issue with the left and right arrow key. It feels like it's the opposite. When I turn left, it turn right, and vice versa. But if I use WASD key, it works better. Okay, let's walk around and explore a little bit. I'm not fully sure how to play the game or what the main goal is. Maybe I need to find something, collect this diamond, or activate something on the island. Let's keep exploring and see what happens. All I can do for now is walk, jump, and collect the diamond. But I'm not sure if I'm supposed to go inside a kind of bell structure. And I don't know how to get there because there's no road to cross over there. So for the next prompt, I should definitely ask Claude to make the instruction more clear, like adding guidance inside the game so the player know what to do next. Let's try going into the water and see how it looks. Okay, if I jump in, can I swim? Oh no, it looks like I cannot move my hand. So I also need to specify swim action in my next prompt, but honestly, it's just small detail. The main game already worked, and now we can improve the experience later. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Overall, I'm actually really impressed with the result. The game is not perfect, and there's are still small things I will improve, like the avatar quality, sheer instruction, better objective, swimming animation, and some control issue. But for first version made from one long prompt, this is honestly pretty good. The quality is almost like a real small game app. I really didn't expect the water to look that beautiful, especially knowing that it's not a video or a 3D asset pack. Everything was generated with code using Three.js, Vite, WebGL, and procedural element.
What surprised me the most is that Claude didn't just create a basic scene, it created a full experience with a menu, settings, sound effect, interaction, collectible, responsive preview, and a playable Iceland. Of course, if I want to continue this project, the next step will be to ask Claude to improve the gameplay, make the mission more clear, and better character animation, fix the control, and maybe add a real progression system. But at the first test with Opus 5, I think this is a really strong result. It shows how fast we can go from inspiration to a detailed prompt to a playable 3D prototype. And the crazy part is that this was made with one prompt. So yeah, this is not a finished game yet, but it's a very solid starting point. And honestly, it makes me want to keep pushing this idea further and see how far we can take it. All right, guys, see you on the next one.